Okay, plasma membrane consists of bilayer of phospholipids. This is one layer, and this is the second layer. And phospholipids have the head over here that you see, the round one, and it has the tail. You see those two bands over here. If you look at it, it would basically look like something like this. So it has a head, and it has two fatty acids. So this one over here is phosphates attached to glycerol, and it has two fatty acids to it. So we call it phospholipids, and it has two layers. The purpose of the phosphates over here to make it water soluble. So here this is outside the cell, and this one is inside the cell. Outside the cell you have the interstitial fluid, so basically you have water. Inside the cell you have the cytosol, which is also basically water. So you see the head of the phospholipids facing the water. In addition to phospholipids, you see dispersely in the plasma membrane there are proteins. So this one is a protein, this is a protein, you see this is a protein, this is a protein, this is a protein. Now sometimes proteins may cross the membrane, so it begins from here, it goes all the way to the other side, or sometimes a protein may be just located on one side like this, or in the inner side like this. And when the proteins are located on either side, they're called peripheral proteins. When the proteins cross all the way through the membrane, they're called integral proteins. In addition to phospholipids and proteins, you may find carbohydrates attached either to lipids or to proteins. Like you see this protein, you see this one over here is carbohydrate. So carbohydrate is attached in this case to a protein. So this carbohydrate over here that you see, a long chain of carbohydrate, is attached to protein. This carbohydrate over here is also attached to a protein. This carbohydrate over here that you see is attached to a lipid. So you could see that the carbohydrates over here is attached to right over here this lipid. You see this carbohydrate over here attached to a protein, this carbohydrate attached to a lipid. When carbohydrate is attached to a protein, we call it glycoprotein. So glyco for carbohydrate and protein is protein, or proteoglycan. So either glycoprotein or proteoglycan is called carbohydrate being attached to a protein. And when carbohydrate is attached to lipids, we call it glycolipids. So this will be carbohydrates or carbohydrates attached to a protein or carbohydrates attached to lipids. But keep in mind one thing, that it's very clear from this diagram that there is no carbohydrates on the inner side. All the carbohydrates are attached to the outer side. I hope this helps you.